Hey everybody, this is Greg again. This is going to start the series out of how I reload 223 cartridges. I'll also just be going over some basics, some of the things the processes that I use. The very first step before I do anything with all my brass, including 223, is I decap all the cases. I remove all the primers from all the cases. Now you can buy your cases. In different ways. You can, depending on how much you want to spend, you can get cases that are already prepped, meaning they're already clean, they're already deprimed, and clean and ready to load right when you get them. Those are going to obviously cost you more. Now, I go with the cheapest method that I have found, and that's just getting, range brass, mixed head stamps, meaning it's all different kinds of, manufacturers, typically fired once, picked up at a range, thrown into a big bucket. It's not cleaned. It's not deprimed. I don't have any 223s to show you. Let me kind of see. Yeah, you can see this is typically how they'll come, depending on how many you order. I think I ordered these. This was either a 2,500 batch or a 5,000 batch. I can't remember, but you can see they're all pretty dirty. Not real bad shape. They're just dirty, and it's a messy job. You'll want to wear some gloves. When you do this, you can pick them up, the nitrile gloves off of Amazon. I've got a box up here in my stuff. But what I do, so I'm grabbing all of these, and now the tool that I use to decap all my brass is called a Lee APP press. I've switched this off now with the quick mounting plate. Took off my turret press, put in the APP press. I've already got it all loaded. When you buy the APP press, it comes with one tube. You can buy this collator kit from Lee that gives you four tubes and the top collator for set, so you can do four tubes of cases at a time. I don't have any. All my 223 cases are already deprimed. These are all just dirty that need to be washed. That's the second step. So I've got these. These are just. So what I've done is just basically load this with 223 shells that have already been decapped, just to show you the process and how it works. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to pause the video real quick. I'm going to move you around to where you can see the Lee APP press a little bit better and how that works. All right, I've repositioned the camera now. I wanted to get you in here as close as I could and still be able to reach the press and work it. Now again, this is a Lee APP press. They do make some other tools for it. The only thing I use it for is decapping. I tried swaging with it. I didn't like the way it swaged. I prefer using the my Dillon swager here for that. And I did. If you use the dies, the normal full sizing dies and the decapping dies, they come with pins in them. You're going to bend some of those. They're not made of very good steel. You're going to end up bending pins. I actually went and bought an accessory. Oh gosh, can't remember the name of this. Mighty Armory. This is a Mighty Armory heavy duty decapper. It's meant for only decapping. Comes with a heavy duty pin. You can change them out. So this is this tool is set up specifically just for decapping. That's all I use it for. The APP press right now, I mean, these things are dirt cheap. Today is October 6, 2021. I just checked Midway. Midway has these on right now for $67 for the APP press. Now keep in mind, I bought a quick change plate to work with my turret press, so I can change these off when I'm working with them. I also spent the extra and got the four tubes and the case collator. God, I want to say maybe it's another $10-20 for that, but it gives you four tubes instead of one. This does require a little bit of adjusting depending on the shell size. I won't get into that into this video. That would be a separate video. But basically, you order your cases. They come in a box. They're all dirty. You put your gloves on, and I basically, if you dump them in the collator and just try to jiggle this around to get the cases in, it doesn't work very well with these longer cases. I will usually just kind of shake the box around, and you'll see that the cases they'll stand up with the mouth up, and then I just grab when I get a bunch like that, I just grab them out and start feeding them in the tubes till I have all the tubes full. Now the way this thing works, on the downstroke, it's backing up. It's going to drop a case onto the little platform, pushes it onto the little plate. Pin comes down in there, pops the primer through to the bottom. This one's actually off just a little bit. Well, let me get that one out of there, do another one here. because I'm doing it slow, so things aren't positioning right. Yeah, and just pops the primer out, drops another shell, comes along, kicks that one out, drops another one in. And the 223s, they can be a little finicky. It's not perfect. You know, sometimes you're going to get the spring loaded, a case is going to shoot out, you know, and you might have to chase it down. But for the most part, if you keep a pretty good clip where you're not pussyfooting it around, you can crank these things to just this fast. When now that's one tube down. We'll spin another tube, drop another tube in place, and off you go for another, I don't know, 9, 10 cases, whatever it is in the tube. But this is by far, I mean, in everything I've looked at, obviously I don't use a progressive press, so there may be some whiz-bang progressive press deprimers out there that I don't know about. But for me, for what I do, man, this thing is, I couldn't ask for, a better machine for decapping cases in bulk. But that's basically how it works, and you just keep on jamming until you've gone through however many cases you want. Like I said, I filled up this whole bucket already. These are already all deprimed, and just they're up for step number 2, which is going to be putting them in the tumbler and tumbling with pins. So yeah, that's the very first thing I do with all my cases, 223s, 45s, whatever it is. I always run them through the collator, through this little machine here, and man, you can cruise. It's almost fun in a way. It's kind of enjoyable to do it, but you can just fly through a ton of cases in a very short period of time. And again, once I do that, I take everything from there and I wet tumble it. So all the brass that hits my regular dies are going to be clean. It's not going to give up my dies. And then I have nice clean. Once these are cleaned, then I check the primer. I check all the pockets to see if there's any military crimps in there and swage them, and that would be actually step number 2, which I'll go over in the next video. All right, thanks again.